What's up, friends? It's your boy Rob Walker, and welcome back to the Transcendent Legacy channel. Today, I have a really good one for you. I'm not going to be super long-winded. It's actually a video that I recorded 13 years ago. The video is called Don't Bag It, and when I first got into the personal development space, this was one of the first videos that I recorded with the expectation that I would continue to keep recording more videos and get better. But we all know how life happens, and somewhere along the way I got sidetracked. Even still, I wanted to dig this one out of the archives and share it with you because the message was still so timely. A lot of times we give up way too soon. And in this video, I basically share a story about Michael Jordan that should resonate with most people. Over the years, we all tend to evolve and we grow as human beings. But sometimes we still carry with us some of those same bad habits, if you will. If I can do anything, I want to be able just to encourage you all. Just don't stop where you are. Continue to keep going. Know that where you start is not where you'll finish. And if you stay consistent, your life can look so different than where you are right now in the moment. I know there's many people who aspire for more. They aspire to do better. They aspire for greatness and all of the cliche things that you hear people say. But it takes work, and it takes dedication. It takes effort. It takes consistency. And there's no silver bullet. There's no way of getting around the work. So I encourage you, stay for the whole video. Hopefully this video will give you so much encouragement when you watch it. You'll hear all of the ums and the ahs and just me in my rawest form because I was brand new to the space, but just was excited. And hopefully that will give you some form of encouragement just to continue on in whatever your own journey is. If you have any feedback or any takeaways, definitely feel free to share that. I love you just for checking it out. Thanks again. Signing off, your boy, Rob Walker. Peace. Yo, it's your boy Rob Walker, and I want to welcome you guys to an official episode of Motivation Over Everything. And today we are here live in sunny Tampa, Florida, and the weather's about 66 degrees out. And today I just wanted to talk to you guys and really get a chance to share with you guys from my heart about moving forward in this new year. And I was thinking, I was like, man, what can I really talk to the people about that I can kind of give them as far as tips to move forward within their everyday lives? And so I was doing some cleaning, some chores around the house or whatever, and I came across the Sports Illustrated magazine, and on the cover was Michael Jordan, and the caption read, "Don't bag it, Michael." And so the way you guys can sort of see, and I was like, man, this is a classic issue right here, because what it did was it brought me back to that period back in '98 when the Bulls were at the height, and I think at their height. And what happened was they had won the championship the 5 out of the last 7 years. And so I mean, they had really like an all-star cast, and the two Jerrys were in a position where they were ready to make some changes from the top all the way down. I know Phil wasn't going to be returning, and they were shopping some of the other players, and so I think Mike at that point in time, he was just really like over it. Like he was like, well, I'm not playing for no other coach, and if y'all gonna dismantle this team, I might as well go ahead and hang up my sneakers and just call it quits. And so that got me thinking, what kind of story could I tell you guys as far as how to relate this to something that you may be going through in your everyday life. And in your job, you may be feeling like, I've been here for a number of years, and I do my thing, I'm consistent with my efforts, I put in the time, I put in the work, I'm there on time every single day, and then next thing you know, your supervisor comes to you and they say, you know what, and unless you increase your productivity, this may be it for you, or something along those lines. And so I'm just here to encourage you to not bag it. Don't bag it. Those dreams and those goals that you may have had in 2010 or 2009 or even 2011, pull those dreams back out and revisit those goals, revisit those dreams. And I want you to do that because
sometimes we hang things up too early. Like back to the story of Mike, you know, it wasn't like his skills had diminished. He was 35 years old at that time, but he was still the highest scoring player in the league, averaging close to about 30 points per game. So he still had the love, he still had like the desire to play, he was still balling. But the only problem was he wasn't happy with the circumstances. So in life, sometimes you're not always going to be happy with your current circumstances, but despite your circumstances, you got to be able to come through and, you know, overcome. And so I just encourage you guys all to be overcomers. Be that person that through obstacles and trials and tribulations and things like that, you decide to keep it moving despite of the fact. I also wanted to leave you guys with a verse from the good book, you know, that I always think about whenever I think about giving up. And it's don't get weary in well doing, for at the proper time you will reap your harvest if you do not give up. And so I just want you guys to always think about that whenever you start feeling like, man, I'm thinking about calling it quits, or I'm thinking about bagging it, I'm thinking about just walking away or stopping, whatever it is, whether it be financial, whether it be in a relationship, whether it be personal, whatever it may be, at your job, you know, just always keep that in mind. And I'm signing off. This is the first official episode of Motivation Over Everything.